Let's fucking go.
I'm taking you along a commute to work. We're starting around Columbus Circle. This is right behind Columbus Circle. And we're gonna go all the way to Madison Square Park, next to the Flatiron, where I work. It's been nice to be riding back in the city. It's been a few years since I've lived here, and moving back has not been too bad of an adjustment. There's a lot of traffic all the time, and weaving through pedestrians, city bikes, and cars even just is not as fun of an experience as it used to be for me. But biking to work is the fastest and most efficient way for me to commute. It's faster than the train, it keeps me outside, it's quite nice. So I'm always trying to stay on my bike for my commutes, at least when the weather's good. I'm not super excited for the cold to come pretty soon, actually. I'm not sure yet what I'll be doing. I do still have my knobby mountain bike tires from California that I would likely switch back onto when the wet, snow, and even ice come. I also have some fenders that I haven't installed. There's a lot of little work that I can do to make everything just a little bit better for me.
Alright. Look at this traffic. Offside. Offside.
It's always some traffic. There's a lot of little projects that I have to make my bike a little bit better suited for the city riding instead of just pure mountain biking that I used to do. There's a lot of stuff that I have to do. There's just a lot of tuning and optimization that I could do to make my ride just that little bit more comfortable.
Right side.
At this
eyes
point,
up.
we're pulling up really close to Times Square. One of the really cool things, and not so cool things, about my commute is riding through Times Square in the morning. There's not that much traffic. It's kind of a decent experience. With all the construction, at some point it gets easier to just ride in the road. But the traffic's pretty slow. They've been pedestrianizing Broadway and pedestrianizing a lot of the segments south of Times Square. And so really car traffic here has not been too bad in the mornings when I do ride through. I'm really pushing hard here. I'm trying to get in front of everybody else on an e-bike or an electric city bike. There's a little bit of that competitive edge that comes out when I'm sprinting down to work. It's not great when I end up sweaty and in the office, but while I'm commuting, it makes life a little bit more fun. I think that bike commuting is a great way to just wake me up in the mornings. It's a way for me to stay active. It's a way for me to see the city in a way that I normally wouldn't see, especially if I was locked in the subway car or stuck in a car in general. It's nice to feel kind of engaged with the world and simultaneously alone and navigating through the rest of the world on a bike. There's a weird sort of meditative nature to bike commuting to work. Also, the chaos of New York City and just kind of riding through all of the mess with everybody around it's really just a fun experience in and of itself. But as you can tell, they've been building a lot of infrastructure. This bike lane has been pretty much parking protected the entire way, and most of the risky times that I've been riding are because of myself and not because of the infrastructure.
Get off your phone. Yo!
Of course, once in a while you do run into people who are not aware, and that's always dangerous. So we're passing through Penn Station now. Bike lane disappears, so we're back on the road in the middle of traffic. This is the only segment that I really think is even borderline dangerous on this ride. Just sitting in traffic with all the taxis and everything around. But luckily we go onto this quote-unquote bike boulevard by those sharrows on the floor. This is also in front of the police precinct. It's funny to ride past. They park their cars all over the sidewalks, all over the bike lanes, all over the roads. They don't care. But you know, we navigate around it. This segment is also quite frustrating because all the pedestrians are jaywalking here and they don't really look. So I've had a lot of close encounters where pedestrians do not look and try to run right in front of me while I am rolling. But now we're almost there. We're on 30th Street going east. And we're about to turn onto Broadway, which, like I said, has been getting pedestrianized or something, block by block. This part is still a road, but it's a one-way bike priority boulevard. Further down, it becomes a public plaza with bike lanes only, which is really cool. I love to see that. It's really cool to see them kind of doing this pedestrianization and just little bits of no-build work to make quality of life better for pedestrians and cyclists. Here's that little segment where it's just a bike boulevard and a pedestrian plaza. The little outdoor dining areas, and just free seats for people to sit on and enjoy the sun and the good weather while it's still here. But now we're almost there. This is the last segment. All we have to do is cross the street and we're at the little plaza right in front of the Flatiron Building in Madison Square Park. Thank you for joining me on this ride today. I'm hoping to get a lot more videos out. I have a really cool bike trip that I'm editing now as well. I hope you'll join me and watch that later. Thanks for watching.